Okay. Whoa. Good evening, my fellow Americans. My name is George Wilson. So like I said, is that right? My name is George Wilson. I am running for your President of the United States of America. I'm running for the President of the United States in 2020, in November 3rd of this year. And I encourage everybody that is able to vote. And if the United States is open for everybody that will vote, I don't care. It doesn't matter what state you're in. If you get out to the polls, if you can get out to the polls, or if you want it, there's home where you mail in your ballot from home. Vote for me. My name is George A. Wilson, presidential candidate, Democratic presidential candidate, and I'll be running for president of the United States. All you got to do is write me in. You have to write me in order to vote for me. My name is not on the ballot, so don't be looking for it, because I know a lot of people's already asked me about that. Some people are concerned, I didn't see your name on the ballot, and it won't be on the ballot because I sent my early primary ballot in, and I had to write my name in because I am a write-in candidate, so I had to write my name in order for it to be to vote for myself. So those that voted early for the primary, I'm trying to keep my jacket in one place, but it will slide back and forth. Who cares? So I will be running for the President of the United States of America. Two things I'm going to inform you of before I get started, so we can understand me clearly and understand what I'm doing here today, so nobody gets, everybody gets offended sooner or later. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm not trying to even offend the President of the United States. But I am going to be stating the obvious. I will be stating the truth. So let me get down to preliminaries. First things first, in this administration, you will always, always, always receive from myself, my cabinet, the vice president, from her cabinet, always receive the truth. White House have their own news media. Slide over just a little bit. White House have their own news media, but they work for me. They will be working for me. They work for me. I have to have people that are trustworthy, honest, and will not lie, and not afraid to tell the truth and to stand up for what's right for the American people. If they can't do that, then they don't work. They no longer work in the White House. Neither do they work for me. Neither will they work for any other outlet in the U.S. government, including private contractors. So it's not like I'm going to say, okay, get out the White House, you can go work at the Capitol. It doesn't work that way. You don't work for me, you don't work for the government. Because obviously you've been working for the government for a grand period of time, and you've been lying along with every other candidate or every other president, if you please, and following behind them in their politics as a yes person. So, thanks, Auntie. Eastern Standard Time. That's what I need to know. So that makes 3 hours my time. So, okay, so that's 11:45. So I had to come back 3 hours, 11. Oh, that's 11. So 8:45. It would have to be 8:45 my time. Okay, thank you. I'm on Pacific time, and East Coast is 3 hours away, so you figure I'm 3 hours behind the actual hour from there. So yeah, I would have to be up earlier. Okay, no problem. I'll be tuning in. Thank you. Now, get back to what I was doing. Yeah. So, with my in my campaigning, in my administration, as President of the United States or your Commander-in-Chief, there will be no lying, no more, and I'll share all the other stuff with you. There will be no more lying, no more deceit, hidden agendas, will be no more cover-ups, even stuff that are secret, that have been hidden from the American people, will no longer be, and you all will know what I know. Like I said before, there is a stipulation that there are some things you just can't expose. That's for your safety, and that be something I can't talk about. But however else, wherever there is something going on, I'm trying to hide my water here. I don't want it on camera. But anyway, wherever there's something going on within my administration, you will know about it. It won't be news spin. It won't be no more spinning the truth. There won't be certain catchwords that they tell you not to say, because you say a certain word, it basically expels the truth. So they tell you, use this word in place of that word so you don't say anything about the truth. Well, in my administration, you'll always know the truth. And if they can't report what I'm telling them to report, which is actual truth and it is factual, then they don't no longer work for the White House or the news media outlet. Now, then we get hired by another outlet out there outside of the White House and outside of the Washington Post, that's up to them. But as far as anything to do with the White House, they will no longer report the news for the White House. Now, I don't care if you report stuff that, like Fox News is doing a lot of things for Donald Trump, and he calls it fake news, but he knows they're protecting him, so he's really just playing that game. They're looking out for him because, hey, they want him to be reelected. Okay? So they're not really fake news. He just don't like when people approach him with strong questions, legitimate questions that require some direct answer or some given amount of mental thought. And somebody could say, you know what? And let's say the news reporter name is Dan. Dan, I have no clue at the moment. I know what you're talking about, but I don't have a direct clue as to how to answer that question. Give me until on my next press conference. Your question will be answered first, just so you'll have an answer to that question. I will not forget your question, but I will get back to you on your question. See, that sounds to me a responsible president that says, hey, I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to look good because I'm on camera. I'm not going to lie to American people, because if I lie to them, they may not never know I'm telling the truth. But if I lie to them, that's simply meaning about one thing, I'm going to continue to lie to them because I know I can get away with it. No. First off, you're not getting away with it, because if you're sitting not only for the American people, but if you're not lying to you certainly can't lie to God. And if you ain't lying to God, guess what? You ain't lying to them either. They know you're lying, but they're not going to say anything about it. They're just going along with the program. And, if you catch me in a lie, just tell me. You may want to pull me over to the side. Don't blatantly, I'll say you're a liar. Like, whoa. Because I might jump on the defensive on you. Like, really prove it. See, and nobody should have to be in that position where you have to fight to prove a lie. But if you tell the truth, and nobody's going to argue with you about the truth. They might not like the truth. And they might not like the color of the truth or the hair that's surrounding the truth. They might not like what's uncovered about the truth. But they will respect you because you told the truth. Big difference. Big difference. So I'm one of those people like, I was raised in the church. Everybody, kids, when they, especially around your parents, you don't lie. Not especially around mine. Get caught in your butt. But after I grew up, and of course there was some spots in my life, kind of lied my way out of. But I found out later on that lying don't pay. Because you lied so much that you forget what you said to someone. They'll come back months later and hit you right across your eye with what you said. And you'll be like, I ain't said that. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. So now they caught you in a lie. And now you're trying to think quickly, how do I get past this? But some cases you get caught in a lie, you just can't get out of it. And you just have to stand there as a man, responsible and accountable for the lie you told. And just say, hey, look, that was something I fabricated a long time ago. That was something, hey, I was trying to look better than I was, that's what I want people to believe about me because they were believing everything else about me. So I wanted to paint a beautiful picture of myself so people stop talking about me. And people will say this all the time. Well, some people will. And then some people deny that fact, so they won't say it. But, as you get where I'm going with that. So, in this administration, we won't lie to you. We won't give you information that we don't know ourselves. If we're investigating certain information, if I say I'm investigating something, or the White House is investigating, or the intelligence community is investigating, or, the NIH, or the CDC, or whatever entity is investigating it, when I get that information, I will inform you of that information. Now, there might be some information that might be sensitive. So if it's sensitive, I would be honest enough to say that's something I can't talk about right now. Not that I'm trying to keep anything from you, but it may be a matter of national security. And if it is, it's only for the president, and not for the American people, because your safety is involved. If too many people know, then you could cause a worldwide panic or spread or this mess that he didn't jump on early enough. And we wouldn't be in this predicament we are in now if he had it, when he got the information firsthand. Something like that. But again, even with that, when the crisis is either over or have been dealt with, I can say, hey, if you're wondering about so-and-so and so-and-so, don't worry. The rumors went out. The false lies went out. This is what really happened. This was what really went on. We had taken care of that. That threat is no longer a threat. You can go about your business as normal as you possibly can under this new norm, and don't worry about it. It's because I already was informed. I sat in on meetings. I knew what was happening, and I was on top of it. I wasn't going to get behind it. You better let me know every step of the way what this is, what's going on, and then we need to come up with some strategy to figure out how we're going to deal with this without minimal damage if necessary. So that's something a great commander-in-chief will do, and how to lead his troops, how to lead America into safety and protect the borders of the United States. Simple. And always keep it in mind, the American people, because we serve you. Not you serve us. We look out for the American people. And the problem with the American government is they've forgotten the idea that we've been elected by the people, for the people. And somehow we forgot that. And whether it be promotion, position, office, whatever, we place that over human lives. And that is unacceptable and will not be tolerated in this administration, my administration. It will not. In the government's administration. That's the whole nutshell. It won't be tolerated. I don't care how it looks. People's lives will not be put online for a simple this, that, or this, or a little bit of this. No. It will not happen. We're going to deal with it. We're going to figure it out. We're going to stay up. We have to stay up half the night to try to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. We're going to make some calls. We're going to stay on top of it. Every day I want to know something new. Don't tell me what you told me yesterday, because today, by 3 p.m., when I'm scratching out time for this, I better know something new. I don't need to know anything I heard yesterday. Yes, that would be in the records. That would be something I'll look back over when I got that free moment to double check what you said yesterday first, but what's going on today. But I want to know every day something new that is going on, something we need to do more about, something we need to address, something we need to move forward with, if we got to go warn a couple of nations about something, we need to go ahead and do that too. Most of that you'll never know anything about anyway, unless something happens here. Then, you can't keep something like that hidden from the American people. Like, did that just went off over yonder way? Well, don't worry about it. It was a gas explosion. Nah, baby, somebody shot a rocket from somewhere, and yeah, they took out half a city block. What the purpose is, we don't know, but it was an attack. American people at least want to know it was an attack, but that you're fine, you're safe. Nothing else is going to happen while we was on our watch. That got by us, and nothing else will ever go by us again. We're investigating, we're going to find who did this, and we're going to take good care of that. Simple. To the point. And I will work endlessly until night, if I have to make sure that the American people are safe. Period. It's not a gimmick, it's not a game for me. That's nothing to gain from this for me. This is not no big money making idea. I didn't come into this for money. I'm not coming into this to be rich, be a rich man. I ain't never wanted to be rich no way. So that's not my goal. My goal is to look out for those that can't look out for themselves, or my goal is to look out for those that won't look out for themselves. That they have to. So somebody got to stand up against tyranny, against all types of attacks from domestic and foreign, to protect each and every state of the Union and its allies from enemies, seen and unseen, living among us, sleeping. Because you'd be delusional to think there's not sleeping cells in the United States. They are. Nobody's talking about them, of course. Nobody's not saying anything about it, of course. Now, maybe because some of the things they can't say is because it is national security. Can't say certain things. Well, if I said somebody was a sleeping cell in Bergen Avenue in Jersey City, everybody in Bergen Avenue, Jersey City, going, where? What they going to let us know? No, I don't need no vigilantes to go out here looking for nobody. That's what the U.S. government does. You just need to go about your life like you ain't never know. That's okay. We'll tell you later. We don't want to, you see, these are things that, a president does. He keeps you informed when you need to be informed. He shares information with you so you just don't go on there walking around every day with blinders on just in case something does happen. So you be well informed every step of the way. Now there's some things, again, like I said it before, that the United States president cannot mention, cannot talk about, not even with family, because it's that sensitive. It's that security relies on our commander-in-chief to keep his mouth shut. Like, don't go around spreading this. I'm like, man, what the heck I'm going to spread that for? Man, I'm on top of this. I want to make sure we take care of this. This means me too. Hello? It's not about me, but hey, it does concern me. So I want to make sure everybody is looked out for. Not just the rich and the famous. Not those that work on Capitol Hill that could go in bunkers and hide and leave the rest of us out here to get blown away. No. Get your little lazy butts, your little old butts, your little sneaky butts out of those bunkers, and let's work together and figure this out. If my butt is on the line, yours is too. You ain't going hiding, baby. You follow what I'm saying? And if the American people ain't safe, Don't tell me, Mr. President, you got to go here. You got no. If the American people ain't safe, that means I'm not safe either. I'm sorry. We're going to have to run the office of the President of the United States in whatever situation we're in and wherever. If I'm in the air, we're running from the air. If I'm in the Oval Office, hey, and there's a bunker, we're running from there. I'm not leaving the American people unprotected. If they want to fight, they got one. And I'll see it through. Before I let one U.S. person perish under any given circumstances or disease, whatever it is, I'll die myself. Now, most presidents won't say that. They be trying to cover their butt. Hey, y'all better do your job, protect me. And I get that part too. But you're going to find out real soon or quickly, I'm just not your average everyday Joe. Like one of the things I said in the beginning, I'm a preacher first. I'm a man of God first. That's who I was called first to be. That's who God wants me to be. That's what we're going to do first. Then the country. Then the American people. The country will run itself. If it's governed under God, it will run itself perfectly. Might have the little screws and bolts out of place here and there. Might be a little rough around the edges. That's why you got sanders and steel sanders, wood sanders, all types of sanders to smooth the edges. No one said it's going to be roses because, believe me, for the next 2 years, we got a lot of stuff going to happen that we need someone that's going to guide us through the darkest of night, through every obstacle that the United States will face. Trust me when I tell you this, we're going to face some pretty rough times. But we can get through this if we work together. Period. We have to work together because we're all in it together. Not just the United States, around the world. Every place around the world. A lot of people don't understand what the President of the United States holds and how important it is a job to sit in that oval chair behind the Oval Office in the White House. What that means. What you have to endure when people are sleeping. What you hear that may blow your mind that you can't freak out when you stand before the people and try to explain to them what's going on. Because your leader looks like he's scared and look like something's about to fall apart. And he's like going, uh-oh. He looking for the door. You be like, wait a minute, man. Whoa. You mean to tell me my commander-in-chief is scared? If he looks scared, he probably is. I just had to have fun with that one. Yeah. I mean, like, if I tell you to go to running, you better be already running because I'm already ahead of you. Trust me. No, but we're resilient. We're powerful. We're one. Even though we're divided, we're still one. Why? Because we're all humans. Why? Because we all reside right here in the most powerful nation in the world. We will stand together. One thing I've learned a long time ago, presidents come and presidents go. Administrations change all the time. Different people are voted in and different ones are voted out all the time. So this is the inner working of the time clock that goes on in the nation's capital. So, so there is no delusional aspect of what really it means to be a president. You may have some sleepless nights. You may get about 3 or 4 hours sleep. But you got to get back up. You got to be straight. You got to be ready. You got to say, hey, whatever comes, it comes. Now, there are times that maybe in I would say, the first 2 years of the presidency, you may get maybe a few nights that you can sleep through the night and get up on time in the morning and be ready to start. Maybe. And then you might, hey, look, you can't even, I get to the resident, man, I get my jacket off and take my shoes off, put my foot up, send down to the kitchen to get me something to eat or, snack on and rest my, you got a couple of aspirins? Because I'm probably going to need them. Or something, and you just trying to shut your eyes for a few minutes because tomorrow's another day. And I might not get to the residence till 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the morning. And I got to be up at 4. 5 the latest. Give or take. So there's no sleeping in. There's no if you get to the residence at 4, you probably knock out around about 4:30, maybe 5 if you're good. Well, shall I say 12, not 4. You follow what I'm saying? Or is there something going on? You might be down in the market somewhere or at the barn or the situation room. And you called to be in the situation room. The nation doesn't know you've been called to the situation room. But you might be called there. And you might be sitting there half the night either arguing with someone or trying to listen to them stress a point, but they're trying to tell you how to do your job and you're like, wait a minute. I'm saying you this, you that. But I make the final decision. And if I don't feel it's right for this campaign or that campaign or this to happen, then we're going to wait until I'm sure that when I give an order for something to take place, that I'm certain that the safety of the American people will be accomplished. And when the day comes up and the sun shows up, I know that we did our job in the quiet of the night, and everybody's still protected. And I will sacrifice sleep for that. I may be tired. I'll be like, look, it's 4 o'clock, guys. I'm going to have to shut my eyes, at least 2 of them. I got to be back up there in about 7:30. I'm going to go lay down. Y'all know something else new, something happens, just come get me. And believe me, if I go lay down, y'all going to have a problem. I'm trying to throw water in my face. That's the only way I'm getting back. What? But that's how our American, that's how a commander-in-chief is supposed to be. Because the life that he protects is everybody in the United States. Everybody. And he's got everybody looking. They want to see how strong this commander-in-chief is. They want to say, hey, well, Mr. President, and he may try you. And they probably will. He may see what you're made of. They probably will. Most people, like the new guy on the block, of course, you're going to try him. That happens in the White House. Come on. The cooks will try you. The housemaids will try you. The lobbyists will try you. The special interest groups will try you. Some senators will bite into you. And, the House reps will try to bite into you. And the different intelligence committees and the contractors, it's all a game. They want to find out what kind of man you are. Can we push a button and you explode? Then we know we can't mess with you. Or can I push a button and you don't explode? Then I think that you're a pushover. I can get away with some stuff. Or we can push a button and you don't explode, but you're stern enough to say, today is your last step. Because I know what game you just played. I don't play games. I ain't never played games. So I'm not a game player. Played games when I was a kid. I'm grown up. I don't play games. And if you think that's what this White House is about, then you don't belong here. Go home and play games with your kids. I'm not the one. And I do it with such a wonderful dignity to them and myself and smile. I need your resignation on my desk. By 5 o'clock p.m. today. You want a game play? Let's play a game. Wait a minute. I win, right? Okay. Bye. Next. Bring me some applications in. I want to fill this spot. Find me 5 people. 5. That is guaranteed to fill this spot. And find me the best one out of the 5. I want to interview them personally. Mr. President, you can't do that. That's the problem with that. You see, people look at the president as so busy he can't do mundane jobs. I'm came from the ghetto, folks. Mundane jobs is all I ever done. Sure, truck driver, bus driver, clergy, law enforcement. I swept floors, I mop floors, I clean bathrooms. Mundane job? I've done plenty of mundane jobs. Hello, I work for the city. I went out there and fixed water mains. I cleaned the mess house. So, mundane jobs? I pick up the trash off the streets. So don't tell me a president can't do mundane jobs. I've interviewed dozens of people for employment. You think I can't interview somebody and say, this is the person I want working for me? See, I'm one of those people. I can do it all. But we need everybody. We need everybody. And I don't need people that are going to come play games. Because you don't want nobody sitting up here in this office playing a game with your life or with your family, your income, or however else you want to look at it. You don't want nobody playing with you. Don't come up here playing games with me. And that's what Washington does. They play games. They want to test they want to test the new commander-in-chief to see if he's going to bow to their wishes or he's going to be one with the iron fist and say, look, this is how we work. You work, you don't play. Play when you get off. Play when you're at home. During your recess. But when you come to this White House, you're working. You come to this nation, Capitol, you're working. If you're in the Senate or the House, you're working. I don't want to hear about appropriation. I ain't got time for it. Don't tell me about appropriation. That's something you don't want to do. Well, Mr. President, a certain thing you just can't do. No, maybe not. But I sure could do some serious recommending. There is some things I can do. Now, with that being said, let me get back to my other point. I will be running a non-partisan office, should I say. Everybody know what partisan is. Bipartisan, non-partisan. Partisan meaning I'm running directly a Democratic House. A Democratic office. Straight Democrats. Of course, we have to work with the Republicans. Not a problem. Then it's bipartisan. Bipartisan simply means I'm not really Democrat, not really Republican, but I'm somewhere in that middle. So I can work with either one of you. I can work on either side. If the Republicans don't do what the president wants particularly, then here's what the Democrats have to say. If they have things that we're looking for, then we're going to go with them. But we're bipartisan. Well, that means if they don't have what we need to have, then I'll work with you guys. Bipartisan. But non-partisan. Simply means that there's no partiality. Straight down the middle. You work together, come see me. I'll let you know if it's approved by me. If there's a problem, and I see a problem with it, I'll call in the leaders of both parties, sit them down and say, okay, explain to me your part, you explain to me your part, and please somebody tell me how this is supposed to work. When you're having an issue with what they said, you're having an issue with what they said. So how is this supposed to work? And why would you want my signature on something that somebody's messing around with? Then y'all can't even come to a conclusion. Well, somebody told me that you can't, in the middle of an election, you can't change your party. Man, that's legal, so I can't change my party. But if I become U.S. president, I can change my party. I can literally say, I'm going to be a nonpartisan president. Simply, that basically puts me in a position as an independent. Wow. Has there ever been an independent president? Yes. Once or twice in history. And I'm talking about way back in history. once or twice. One didn't live too long. The other, well, he probably caught hell until he died. But yes, once or twice. In the whole history of every U.S. president that sat in the Oval Office, there was only 2 independent presidents that were actually president. I think there was a few independent vice president running, but I think it's only like 2, like I said. So, new times comes up, change for new changes, new leader. New leadership. I feel that the only way we can navigate and lead America is that I have to be nonpartisan. One party doesn't control the other. Neither party controls the president. And none of DC, none of DC plays this president as a puppet or the CEO for the United States, which is a corporation. I'm not the CEO of anything. I ain't the COO of anything. But I am the commander-in-chief, and I am running the United States for the American people. I'm not here for the big corporations, the banks, the big business, the stock market and all that. Government runs government. I ain't gonna stick my nose in your business if you're working with the stock market, unless I find something going on that shouldn't be going on. Then I'll be like I'll bring it into question. Well, y'all need to bring in the head of Goldman Sachs to me, because I need to talk to him. Well, I need to talk to Bear Stearns and Forster. I need to talk to Merrill Lynch. I need to talk to whomever is in charge of all these things going on in the American stock market, because I find that's a problem. Well, Mr. President, you don't have to worry. Yeah, I do when it comes to American spending. Governmental spending. Yeah, I got a lot to do with it. Yeah, I have a lot to do with a lot of the deficit that we have. How are we going to pay this? Where's all the tax money going? And if it's tax money from the American people going to the IRS, why isn't that money distributed back into the economy to lower the deficit? Why aren't more jobs being created? Why aren't there special training for people that got the skills to become very essential for the next move in the next years to run these corporations? Because all the big boys that's on these corporations and big business been there for years and they're fat cats and they don't care. It's about the rich people. Dang the poor people. It's about the, excuse my French, white people, but not about the black people or the minority. We don't count. So they say. But when I become president, and believe me, I'm not going away. But when I do become president, but when I do become president, it's going to matter for everybody. White people, black people, Afro-American, Asians, Latino, Native Americans, and all other cultures. It's going to matter. And everybody is going to get their fair share. Now, if I got to take down some CEOs, some big business corporations, and change the color of the guards, I will. Have to. Because everybody's going to continue to try to run back and do the things that was before this coronavirus. But it's not going to happen. We're going to a new norm. Our old norm is over. Keep telling everybody that. It's over. The way things are running under Donald Trump, it's over. Get ready. Because a new one is coming to the house. And believe me, you're either going to like me, it's going to be a love-hate relationship. You're either going to love me or you're going to hate me. But you're gonna need everything I'm gonna say. And you need a leader like me. And I'm not patting myself on the shoulder. I ain't got the big heads. Baby, Paul said he learned how to be, to paraphrase, to have. And he learned and he knows how it is to be without. See, some of the rich cats don't know what it's like. They have to know what to live a paycheck to paycheck. What it's like to look in your cabinets and saying, man, we gotta scrape through what little bit we have. And I don't know how we're gonna make it the next couple of days, but see, they don't have to worry about going to the banks and worrying about money in their accounts. If they get sick with any dreaded diseases, things that could kill you, they the first ones to get tested with the new test and stuff. They're the first one get the treatments. They're the first one that gets all the special treatment. They live. We die. Not gonna happen. If you can receive that kind of a treatment because you're rich, then if I put everybody on the same playing field, that means they have the same doctors you got, they get the same treatment you get, and nobody's going to be treated any different. And if they do, then we have to call the board, a medical board, and have them removed because they're not doing their job. And it seems to me it's quite prejudiced, personally. And a very edgy gray line on the outside of racist. But nobody's not big enough to say that. Nobody wants to say that. Everybody's afraid to push against Donald Trump, push against his administration, push against those that believe in him, push against those that are Trumpers, push against those that said that he's going to be president next year. I'm sorry. I hear you. You have a right to your opinion. You have a right to who you vote for. Knock yourself out. You believe that this man is for you? Keep believing it. I'm not going to get mad at you because you want to vote for him. Please. Do what you do. I'm not mad at you. This is what you do. That's what your right is for. But don't get mad at me because if I'm stating a point, stating a fact that he's not going to no longer be in office, that I will be. Don't get mad at me and come at me crazy because you think I'm crazy because I'm a black man from the ghetto that God raised up to do something great and mighty in these last days and these last hours for the American people to draw them closer to God. Don't get mad at me. Donald Trump don't have that kind of love and that kind of zeal for God in his bones. And y'all keep falling for what Paula White telling you about Donald Trump here. Oh, she already got an answer to those lies she been telling. And that prayer she did at his rally. Oh man, I don't want to even be in her shoes. I don't. All those folks acquitted him for them crimes and lies he pulled. One of the main reasons they're protecting him because they know you cannot arrest or indict a sitting president. He would have to literally be out of office and then charged with a formal crime. Other than that, they can't do it while he's a sitting president. And Donald Trump knows this. So that's why he does what he does. And that's why he got those people around him that love him so much. That, at least they say they do. And because they're trustworthy people to him. And, they're loyal, as he said. That's got my back. Sorry, there's two things I don't have. Two things I don't have tolerance for. A liar. And those that are actually causing him more harm than good. Donald Trump fits both. I'm not going to sit here and back someone that I know is a liar and know that he doesn't really care about me at all or the American people. Actually, I'll be honest with you, rich folks. I hate to bust your bubble, but I'll be honest with you, rich folks. He don't care about y'all either. He wants y'all to stay rich, keep y'all in business, keep y'all stealing money, keep y'all making money so he can make more money to build more towers. He could care less about you. Because money him. That's all. And his family. I gotta give him that. He's a man that cares about his family. Gotta give it to him. But when it comes to anybody else's family, fat chance on that. So let's get to it real quick. I'm sitting here sweating. It's very hot here. Temperature here in California, top day, and it's like whatever time it is right now. Yeah, okay. And the temperature outside is like 60, 70 something, on the way down to 58, supposedly. So it's like 70 something degrees still outside. So it's warm, and I'm in an enclosed room. I got the window open, but still, there's no breeze. So, yeah, I start sweating because I have a jacket on. So, y'all see me wipe my brow. Go ahead. Don't worry about it. Tell your truth. I'm a funny guy, you guys. I'm very funny. But let's look at something real quick. We talking about Donald Trump. Let's talk about some things that are real. Okay? Let's forget about all the other stuff. But let's talk about things that are real. Very real. Donald Trump, he lies. He lied about the pandemic. He downplayed the pandemic. He didn't think it was a pandemic. Here it is, this national advisor, the intelligent community. Send him his brief every morning, and he doesn't pay attention to his. Tell me one or two things. Either he's completely ignorant, or he doesn't care, or he can't read. Which is, I'll let you guess that one. I'll let you figure out which one that one may be. Or he's just, I don't want to say stupid, because he ain't stupid. Say he is when it comes to understanding the mechanics. He don't know what engineers have to do to build his towers. All he knows, he's a tycoon. He has billions. I want this tower right here. I'll look at the plans. I'll look at all the things that you're doing. I'll look at the architectural thing of this. Is it sound? Well, I don't know. I'll leave that to the engineers. Not my business. I know is I need it up by this date. Can you do it? Or I need to hire me a whole another engineering group and fire all of y'all. If you can do it, do it. Because when I step in that building, I want nothing falling on top of me, falling around me. I want to be able to go to the penthouse in my own tower with an elevator that works. I don't want to understand the logistics, how the building is built. I don't care how the building is built. Build my building. That's all Donald Trump cares about. He doesn't care about the mechanism and all the things that cause this pandemic. He knew about it. He just said, don't explain it to me. Or he was acting like what they was explaining to him, he couldn't comprehend. So he downplayed it. Now you gotta remember, this guy is a communicator. He's very intelligent when it comes to communication. Because when you don't know something, he comes up with stuff that don't make no kind of making sense. You be like, what? And you think, did he just? Yes. Because he doesn't comprehend, or he just don't care. I'll leave this to this one or that one to do, because they're the one in charge of this. But then he left it for them to talk, the scientists and the biologists and all these experts in the field of medicine. He left it up to them to tell us about what coronavirus is, and he didn't like what they were saying, so he fired them. Oh, fire the whole pandemic office. We don't need them. And his main excuse for firing them was, I don't need people around me that's not working. Huh? If you had a pandemic office, your butt wouldn't be in the trouble you're in right now. because they would advise you, Mr. President, you're wrong. Mr. President, you're making a big mistake. Mr. President, I'm not going to be behind the 8 ball. We're going to get ahead of this if we have to. I'll figure out how we're going to do this. And then this is one of the times I ain't listening to you. Excuse me, get me somebody who can pray some, make some sense. Because this fool, hello? Somebody to advise him. Sit him down, shut him up long enough to advise him. Because he ain't making any sense here. And he's going to kill us all. And he knew that's what they would probably say, so he fired them. And that office remains empty right to the day. Wow. What else did he do? He lied about the numbers. Oh, it's going to be 15. We're about 15. It's going to just magically disappear. And then when he went up a little higher, he says, well, that's one of the first things he said was, that's not here in the United States. That's globally. And I'm like going, dude, the number for globally is a lot bigger than that number you're looking at. Well, it's not really that much, and we got it under control. We're ahead of it. I'm like, but the numbers kept going up. Deflecting. He kept deflecting. He kept lying. He kept downplaying. He kept saying this is not this, this not other. And now he was pushed. When the situation got so bad, he's pushed. Now I got to tell the truth. And you know what? He didn't tell nobody, look, I gave you bad information because that's what I thought I knew. You thought? Nobody gave you no bad information, man. You didn't want to hear it. Nobody gave you no bad information. You knew the numbers were bad. And you knew they would get worse. Now, I'm not going to go back, because I could, but I'm not. We're talking about a span from January to April, where we are today, April 20. We're talking from a span from January when he heard about it, supposedly heard about it, and the outbreak took place. Done nothing. We're going to stop China from coming into the United States. He said, oh, we shut the border. No, Negro, you did not. All you did was ban China. Ban the travel from China, from here to China, China to here. That's all you did. You didn't shut down China's intervention with the United States until the pandemic got a lot worse. And you was like going, you needed somebody to blame. You didn't want to be the scapegoat. So you used China as a scapegoat. And then when you said, shut the border down, nobody from China is coming into the United States. If they're on the outer skirts of planes, tell them turn around. Well, what about the U.S. citizens? Tell them turn around. They ain't coming here. Wow. This is Commander-in-Chief, huh? I mean, I'm just explaining. Now, I already explained to you what a real Commander-in-Chief is. And I already explained to you how I would operate if I was Commander-in-Chief. So, let's go on. Let's see. Maybe maybe you didn't get it. Yeah, take it on. He lied about outbreak and the deaths caused by the outbreak. And let me hit you up with something real good. The numbers of death in the United States and abroad. Now, the numbers abroad are kind of like, okay, that's left up to CDC and all the different other medical channels that, all the WHO, World Health Organization, get together with the CDC and they come up with the actual numbers, whatever. But the death toll in the United States, he lied about. And there's still people dying in the United States for this COVID-19. This COVID virus. Still dying. And the real out there. You know why? Because there's some death that they're not telling us. We'll never know about those. We'll never know. Now, does he have the actual count up? I guarantee it. But is he allowed? They're telling him, Mr. President, we can't put those real numbers out there like that. We'll have a panic. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep deflecting. lie here and there. Keep telling the American people what they want to hear, that things are going to get better. We got things under control. And then you're listening long enough, you're like going, this is a pack of lies. And this guy goes back, and you're like going, do you really know what's going on, Mr. President? Because I don't think you have a slightest clue. You blame Fox News as being fake news, but you're watching them every day because you need to hear what they're saying, and then you come back and stand for the podium in front of us, and we're supposed to be listening to you, what you got from Fox News, or you're not paying attention to what your people are telling you. You're watching everything else and trying to come out, and they're telling you, don't say that. It's an opinionated thought. You say that, they're going to think that's your opinion. Hello, Mr. President. I don't even think he has an opinion. But anyway, moving right along. Or he may. I don't know. I think he has more of an agenda than an opinion. Than an opinion. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. He lied about its origin. He lied about that. He blamed it on them for not coming forth with with all the data that they need to the WHO. China's part of the WHO, the WHO organization, they funded blah, 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 WHO, whatever. And they said China was not giving them all the correct information. So they were snowballing the United States, technically, that's what he was saying. Snowballing. They were telling you. You didn't want to hear it. So China said, well, you know what? China ain't one like us. They cool people, some of them. They have some tolerance for the United States. We do business. So China doesn't really want to interrupt all of this technically. They don't like us, but they'll work with us. But when you get a leader and they're trying to explain to you what's going on, and everybody's blaming Wuhan, China, everybody looking at Wuhan, China, they looking at the marketplace, that's what they try to say to happen, or what have you. They're not talking about the lab that's in Wuhan, China, that's funded by the United States. Oh, wait a minute, what is funny, what? Okay. You have American scientists from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, that works in Wuhan, China, that develop a lab to develop develop viruses, not vaccines, but viruses. To know what they do, because America and China have the better technology, so they went to China. Wuhan, to be exact. Wait a minute. You mean, Mr. President, you don't know what your medical community is doing? What's going on? See, I believe he knows everything that's going on. It's just the fact he's not talking. Well, they're telling him not to say very much. Just be the president. Just jump up and down. Get mad with some news reporters. Hell, throw your shoe at them. Until you get hit with one, you might have a problem, but yeah. Well, I don't think they're going to touch the president because, that's like death sentence. Or you get thrown up on the daggone jail and they forgot you. They erased your number down. What? Who? Number what? We don't have no such number on record. Because you done got buried so far on the ground, they don't even know you no more. Can't attack a president. That gets you killed. But he can throw his shoe across the aisle at you, though. And he'll be filmed, and he would be justified by doing so. And they would protect him because he did. They would give him back his shoe and escort your butt out because he threw it at you. Make it your fault. And all you did was ask him a direct question. Stern as it was. And he called out, that's a bad question. That's a nasty question. Anything other than what he said is perfect, that was a perfect call. Well, that was a perfect meeting. Anything outside his word perfect, that's a bad call on your part. So he looking up. bite into somebody's butt because he don't want to look bad before the people. So he lied about the origin. Now, actually, we all know they say that they did their investigation. I don't know how true this is, but they said they did their investigation. That they did find out that the virus originated from Wuhan, China, from the lab. How it got out, they're not saying. How did it leave China and wind up in other countries? And then from other countries, it wound up here in the United States. Well, if it wound up from nobody in South Korea or North Korea, but North Korea ain't gonna come to the United States, but some other country, then you have to argue that the virus didn't directly come from China because it came from the individual that was over here. Now, not saying that he may got infected while he was over there, but he was a U.S. citizen. They let him come back in. They probably didn't even know he was in. And before they realized that that country was infected, he's already here in the United States roaming around. He didn't know he was affected until he gave it to somebody else. And then he himself dies. One of the first ones. One of the first ones. I think the very first person that died of the virus was directly from China, and it wound up over here. And they found out he was from China, sent him back, but he already infected somebody here. They originally died from it before passing to somebody else. So they're not going to give you the first few people that passed away from the COVID virus, because that would indicate where it came from, its original origin. And they don't want to put that out there because, oh man, the minute they say it came from China, it was more hate crimes, not hate crimes, but, racist stuff going on about China. It don't make no sense. Everybody in China did not create the virus. Everybody that lives, that's Chinese American that live here, have nothing to do with Wuhan, China. Neither their relatives. But people are making all kind of hate signs and things and racist stuff. And I'm like, man. What did the president do about that? I don't remember him doing anything about it. He may have mentioned it, I'm not sure, but just the other day in Fresno, California, that somebody, there's two restaurants named about this act, basically the same name, two different owners, two totally different people, two set of people, set of Asian people, not related to nobody in either way, form, shape, or fashion. They have almost predominantly the same menu, but there are different varieties involved. And one in Clovis said, hey, they are highly offended by what somebody said in Fresno about the other resident that have the same name. So everybody was calling them in Clovis and complaining and saying, hey, y'all racist. No, wait a minute. We don't have a sign like that on our door. But Fresno said, but they're not associated with us. We're not associated with them. They're not associated with us. We're upset too. But somebody put it out there. They'll serve anybody but Asians. We don't want them nowhere near curbsides, in the store, around our business. Something to that effect. I saw part of it, I was like, what? And it was just, since it was so racist, I just, you know what? I don't have time to sit here and babysit racism. It's sick. It's deplorable. And it's a stain on our mental conscience. A stain on the national fabric of our conscience. So when somebody is racist, I just look at them. Say, if you know how much energy that goes into being racist, you just might think about it a little bit. Like, really? What else did he do? We're getting to racism. He lied about the testings. Oh, we have this test, that test. Every country around the world has tested more than 1 million to 5 million people per day. We're basically almost at 1 million per week. But leave it to Donald Trump. We've got the best testing in the world right now. We're ahead of the game, and we're going to do this right now. We're doing better, and the economy is going to open up, and we're at the peaks, and it's the curve is coming down, and everybody listening to this is like they're going getting their motor charged up because they're ready for this thing to open up, and at the same time the man just lied to you. We have no bit more coming to a flatness. Don't get me wrong, it's dying down. Great, thank God for that. But there are still some states that still with those high numbers, and the numbers keep going up. And then there's some states that are coming to that flatness, but they had totally gotten flat. And this man is ready to throw us to the wolves, so to speak. For sake of the economy and money, and trying to make it look like it's for us. No, sir. How opening up the United States in the present condition that it is in for me? How is that? How is that safe? I got a problem with that. How's that safe for me? How's that safe for my family? How's that safe for my community and everybody I know in my neighborhood? How safe is that? But you're saying it's for me. And then he changes it. Well, it's up to the governors. Because he's saying if it goes bad and they got to shut this puppy down again, the first person going to be looking to the blame. Hey, your governor allowed it, so you should have paid attention to the status. The governor and the president are like, they're like, okay. Let's just do what we do. Let's do what we have to do. We got a job. And the thing about this is, neither one of them will be accountable for anything. He doesn't want to be held accountable if something goes south. See, a good commander-in-chief will make sure it doesn't go south. He wouldn't lie from the beginning. He'd be behind whatever the medical experts are saying. He wants to know more and more about the science of something. He wants to know what medication is out there that can help. He wouldn't be talking about bleach or Lysol or some type of household products. Because it kills it on the surface don't mean it kills it inside of a human body, dummy. Why don't you inject yourself, Mr. President? Why don't you shove that one up your butt as a suppository? Why don't you get a cup and drink it yourself? And don't go to the hospital. Don't use none of your famous doctors and, all types of medical people that snap to you right away because you're the president. No, sit there for hours on end after you drink this crap and let me know if it cures anything. No, I forgot. Inject yourself with the same stuff you're trying to inject everybody else with more of this coronavirus. Inject yourself first, test positive, then go inject yourself with the bleach or drink the pine salt or whatever it is, and let me see if it heals you. So you can talk a lot of smack to me. I'm just a citizen. What they know. But I have you know, Mr. President, there's a lot of us got a lot of intelligence. And everybody ain't stupid. And nobody here is to the point that they're that ill-willed that they don't understand what you're doing. I think everybody in the United States has now have became aware and woken up to some facts that's just real, that's been staring them in the face all along. And now you got some that'll play along with you. The red states, they're going to play along with you because they're Trumpers. They're going to play along with you. Of course they are. And they're going to say, oh, come on, y'all. Y'all taking this way too far. Man, if the president says okay, well, the president says okay to also say you want to kill coronavirus, go to the highest building in your state, step out on the ledge, check the wind. Yeah, that's kind of good. All right. And take one step off, and when you get down to the bottom, let me know if you've been healed from the coronavirus. Now, if you dumb enough to follow that advice, then you deserved that concrete when you do hit it. Because it's crazy. It's insane. It has nothing to do with trying to help the American people. You want to help us, Mr. President? Here's how you do it, sir. You do the necessary testing. And I ain't talking about that garbage that Bill Gates put out there. Get the right material. And you follow the guidelines of your experts, or maybe even the ones that are not involved with Washington, and follow the line of the expert scientists, and follow the guidelines of the CDC. They paid by you, but okay. But follow it. The FDA. You want to help us keep the United States in the mannerism it is in right now? Until this thing has been totally quarantined, you know where it is. You know how you got it locked in. It can't go nowhere else. And you start working with the people that are infected with it, and do the science, do the math, do whatever it takes to find out if these people are infected, and if they come out on the other side of it, find out what antibodies, what's in their blood plasma. Are they not acceptable to get this thing again? Don't tell me there's a possibility they may not ever be able to get this again, and then you don't know. You don't know. You're guessing. You can't guess with human life, sir. You don't know. Find out. First thing you need to do is go and say to your vice president, those people working with you, they're yes people. They're going to do whatever you say. That's not helping the American people. No. The folks that you got in your office, Mr. Trump, they're working for you. They're going to say what you want them to say. No, that's not helping the American people. Hard, cold facts is what's going to help. What's right is going to help the American people. Not all this jargon. Not a jabberjaw. We used to say back in the day when I was a kid, well, in the, high school days, whatever. We always tell the bully or whoever is talking, but stop the jabberjaw. Let's get to business. I don't want to hear you run your mouth anymore. You say you're gonna kick my butt, kick it. Come on, let's do this. That's what we used to say back in the day. I was a little bit more different than most because I didn't like to fight, but if I had to, you were in trouble. I would tell them, just bring the noise. Bring the noise. Don't whistle blow. Don't let me hear it do an echo. Don't let me hear it from somebody else. You got a problem with me? Come to me personally. Be a man. Come to me. Tell me you got a problem with me. Let's see if we fix it. And if you want to do something stupid, hey, we can go there too. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not talking about now because I don't do that no more. So I wouldn't invoke a fight, provoke a fight. No. I don't work that way. I let God fight my battles, physically and naturally and spiritually. I don't get into all that. But what I'm saying is, the point in the matter, what I'm trying to make, Mr. President, stop lying to us and get the facts yourself. Understand. You don't understand. Sit your hind parts down and go into these different conferences with your people and let them write it down on a piece of paper with crayon if it has to be, if that's the only thing you understand, the way they write it on with crayon or with a pencil, and try to explain it to you as A, B, C, and D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, until you get it, until it sinks in the yellow, whatever you call brain of yours. What's the mechanics of this? And be about the people and how we can help the people live. Then we could go back and open up the economy. If you can't help people live, how long do you think the economy is going to stay open when people start dying? And businesses become infected. I don't care about none of your stimuluses. Because your stimulus don't mean jack to me if I'm dead. Somebody else is going to be spending that money. It won't be me. It won't be you if that happened towards you or your family. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much a billionaire you are, how much your net worth is. I can give a flying fig how much you're worth. Death comes to us all. So if death comes knocking on your door, and I'm not talking about or threatening nothing, I'm making a point. If death come knock on your door, because death is a part of life, so just understand that. If death come knocking on your door, I can guarantee you, you ain't spending no more than billions of dollars that you got, illegally or legally. You're not spending anymore. You're dead. Your wife might spend it. Your children will spend it. Heck, if she remarries, her husband will be spending your millions or your billions. Hello? So, me? Only thing makes you different than me is the dollar sign. I'm a man like you are. I put my trousers on the same way you put yours on. You have an opinion, I have an opinion. I may have an opinion, you might got an agenda. Okay, it's all good. I still know your agenda. So why don't we just stop playing this game of blame and be men about this and work together for the common cause, humanity. What's so hard about that? Be honest and say, you know what? We knew about that. Yeah, I didn't tell you guys that, we were, I know y'all don't want to talk about the agendas, okay? Depopulation. I know you don't want to talk about it. We all know that already, okay? Come on. How much do you think what's going to go not knowing that you're killing us? Especially the black and brown population, the Latino population, the Mexicans, their population. You don't like us. So to kill us off, which holds basically mostly the larger amount of numbers, including Asians, sacrifice a few white people for a bunch of black people. That's awesome. But it's not right, Mr. President. And you're going to have to answer to God for that one of these days. And all your little cronies and all the little people in your little cabinet, Mike Pence pretending he's a Christian, the devil is a liar, his little thing. You got Paula White up there and all the evangelicals that you've been beating them in this mess to their head, and they're getting rich behind this. They all got to face God. All of you. I got to face God. So what I need to do? Be right. So what I do is all good. Doesn't matter what happens out here. As long as I'm right in here before him, I'm good. It doesn't matter. Can you say that? You let them pump your head up. Oh, he's a Christian if you want. You know if you're living right. You know if you saved, Mr. President. You ain't saved, man. See, I'm one of those people that can look at you and tell you to your face, I'll take my glass off, cockeyed as I am. You ain't saved, Mr. President. You're a false representative of anything that looks like Christianity. This is my overall view, in my opinion. I can go on with this. I was going to go on and go on because I got a lot to say here about this president. I think I covered some of it. But you're irresponsible. You won't take accountability. It's all about public relations with you. It's all about being seen in the public eye. It's all about the next PR moment for you. The next time I can get out and talk to the people. Because you're campaigning when you ain't supposed to be campaigning. You don't care about public relations and what's going on with public policies. Or you don't care about public relations. You don't care about public policies. You don't care about health care. You don't care about none of that. You don't care about, to be honest with you, I think you don't even really care about the economy either. I just really don't think so. I think it's all about you. And how you can look good or survive this, that the blowback don't come to you when it comes to November 3rd. That you don't look like the bad guy come November 3rd. Please help me with something, Mr. President, because I thought about this when I heard about it, and I was shaking my head the whole time. Please explain something to me. Maybe you can. If anybody can explain this to me, please explain this to me, because I find it very hard to understand. And I could be wrong. But I doubt it. Tell me something. How does your name on stimulus checks help those people that are laying on ventilators in the hospital fighting for their life because of a coronavirus, a virus that was created by somebody you knew about? Please explain that. How does that curb this? How does that flatten this? How does this help the economy? Because it's all about you. You're using this as some type of politics. This is deadly. It's killing people. It's out here. And you're playing politics. You're not trying to help the American people. You're watching them die. And you call yourself a president. Listen. I wrote that in. Listen. Mr. President Donald Trump. President Donald J. Trump. My name is George Wilson. I don't have any buildings with my name stamped on it. I don't have stimulus checks, but I'm going to write my name across. I am a presidential candidate from the state of California, the 21st district, if you need to know that. And I'm coming after your job. We put up with it enough. We're tired of it. And now we got to clean up what you and your little cronies and the Republican in the Senate has created. Now we got to clean it up. And we got to keep standing this mess for another 2 years or a year or so, because you had planned it that way. Now, maybe it started out that way, and maybe you're like, I didn't expect it to get this crazy, but it has. Once you open Pandora box, sir, you can't close it. Once the horses, the grand steeds and the horses, the most expensive horses, have run out the barn, ain't no need to lock it up, because there ain't none in there. You created this mess by not looking into it when you first heard about it in January. Instead of downplaying it, you should have been on top of it. You knew about this since October of 2019. And if I dare say, you were seen talking, or you're involved with Bill Gates back as far as 2013. 15, 17, 18. You was involved with him last year. Who's to say you're not involved with him this year? So please, he's a globalist. He don't care. He's an economist, or whatever you call it, economist. He's about depopulation. His generation goes back to those that is in charge of Planned Parenthood, that are in charge, that is down for abortions. Sir, how can you tell me you are president and you know this stuff and you're part of this stuff and look the American people straight in their eyes and then you sit back and lie to them as to say you don't know what's going on? I'm the first candidate to tell you to your face, you're a liar. And the truth ain't in you. Now take those if you want to. See, I'm not afraid of you. Now I know this video probably will never get to you no way. Because most people do not share videos like they should. And this probably will not go very far. You'll go around social media a little bit, but it won't go as far enough to you, Mr. President. But maybe, word of mouth, that travels faster than certain things. Maybe somebody will listen to this video and then say, you know what, that man makes a hell of a lot of dang sense. And he ain't playing. He's putting it out the way it is. Truth, for real. And he's not afraid to say what's on his mind. Uncensored. Unedited. Broad truth. Period. Bottom line. I might not have as much as money as you do, Mr. President. I think that's part of your downfall. Money has blinded your eyes from humanity. I believe that's mostly your fault. But here's the thing. I have heart. And I love the American people. And I am a real citizen of the United States of America. I am a true American. I serve in the armed forces for this country. I don't play games, sir. I don't have to. See, I don't have a problem with showing my taxes. Do you? I ain't got nothing to hide. Now, most people say they ain't got nothing to hide. I have a whole lot to hide. Look. Check me out. It's either my past, certainly not my present, and definitely not my future. And if you're going to find something on me, the only thing you're really going to find is speeding tickets. Those were done away with years ago. So, do I have a record that needed to be expunged? No. Did your record get expunged, Mr. Trump? Yeah, it did. Several times. To hide the truth of who you really are and what you are from the American people. From those that probably would have never elected you if they knew what type of person you are and what type of person you became as you became president. My name is George Wilson. I am a candidate for the United States president of the United States of America. I'm proud to be a president. I'm proud to be an American. God bless you. Good night. And God bless the United States of America and the American people. God bless you guys. And remember, you heard it from me. I love you guys. You guys, I bear with me every single day. And I haven't even taken office yet. Because that's the type of person I am. I care about the American people. And your voices will never go unheard. Have a good night.